I think my initial reaction to being pregnant was I was scared and worried about what would happen to my job. And you're going to bring a life into this world and you don't know what's going to happen.
Arin Wright plays for Chicago Red Stars, one of the clubs in the USA's Professional National Women's Soccer League, or NWSL, which is pretty cool in itself. But she also reckons she's only one of 10 or so women in the league that have a child. I've been chatting to women in the NWSL and they told me this, that women playing in one of the best leagues in the world
wake up every morning and say, you know, like, am I going to continue to play soccer or am I going to start a family?
There's nothing better than waking up in the morning and going in there and your child's awake and like you can hear on the monitor, mama, mama, mama. So sorry, can you hear him? Lord, okay, hold on. Let me go into another room.
Arin had her little boy, Grady, in April 2020, and we were just chatting away, and I asked her how she felt when she first found out she was pregnant, and it wasn't quite the reaction I was expecting.
I was scared and worried about what would happen to my job.
I just wasn't aware of how little support there is for women in the league, other than this grant of $750 per child per month. Which,
you know, it sounds great, but in all reality of what children cost, and to when you're being a professional athlete and all the time that is required of you in the day, it doesn't even come close to covering what you need.
And then there's a consideration about timing. When should I try and get pregnant to minimize the impact on my season? And physically, can I even recover and return to playing at a professional level?
It's really difficult for a female athlete to take the time off to be pregnant, have a baby, and then the work that it takes to then get your body back into that physical shape that you need to be in post-baby is really difficult.
Bryn is the former director of player experience at Racing Louisville FC. A first in the NWSL and a first in women's soccer.
We are offering free egg freezing or embryo freezing. And they now have the peace of mind that they can choose when I'm well and truly done with this sport, then I can start a family.
I remember when that actually came out and we were sitting in our locker room getting ready for training and the girls were stoked about it. I think it's a huge move for the league, and I really do think all teams should get on it.
I just had no idea how much it costs to have fertility treatment. I mean, Bryn told me that the cost of one IVF cycle can be up to $30,000. And given that 75% of NWSL players earn $31,000 or less a year,
it's essentially a year's salary out of pocket for players to do this, which is just like, I mean, that's unthinkable.
Both Bryn and Arin think that other clubs could follow Racing Louisville and provide fertility services for their players. But change might also be coming from within the league itself in the form of this thing called a collective bargaining agreement, or CBA.
Which is essentially like the players' union negotiating for players' rights.
We're just asking for some kind of assurance really written in there about like maternity, you know, we're asking about like, you know, stipends and things like that.
If maternity is written into the CBA, it'll give players just some security they can return to play after having a child, receive some money for childcare, and then there's just practical things like
having a space for our child while we're at the game, so we're not just pawning them off to a random person saying, oh, here, watch my child. Like, that doesn't make you feel good as a mother, you know?
I just started looking into how maternity policies differ across different sports, different leagues, and just different countries across the world. And it turns out it varies massively. So I'm gonna keep doing some digging on this and I'll get back to you soon.